Masked officers. Many police officers will often abuse their powers for personal selfish reasons. Many people who are victims of police abuse have felt that they have no right to take action on anyone who has posed as a threat. As having a title of a police officer, many of them use that to manipulate their victims. Officers take advantage and abuse citizens.
Those images out of Texas seen by millions, a pool party erupting into chaos. A police officer tangling with a teenage girl, appearing to push her down there, and then later seen drawing his gun. 24 hours ago, those images watched by 1 million people. Tonight, more than 5 million now, and the outrage growing by the hour. ABC's Steve Osensami with what the police department has already done.
The disturbing video starts with a former Officer of the Year placed on leave tonight. Police Corporal Eric Casebolt racing so fast he falls to the ground.
He was just aggressive for no reason at all. It was horrible.
Nearly a dozen police were responding to a fight on Friday at a community pool between a handful of black teenagers and white residents, and most of the officers were keeping it calm.
I'm just saying, don't take off running when the cops get here.
But Corporal Casebolt,
Get on the ground.
trying to figure out who, was pushing teenagers to the ground and putting them in handcuffs.
Sir, we just came for a birthday party, please.
And police say here is why they put him on leave. When he starts in on 15-year-old Jeria Becton wearing the neon bikini, he pulls his gun on friends who come to help her. One of them is arrested, and then he goes back to the girl.
On your face!
He told me to keep walking, and I kept walking, and then I'm guessing he thought we were saying rude stuff to him, and he shoved me in the grass, and he started pulling back of my braids, and I was like telling him that he can get off me.
What is he doing?
The hardest part to watch is when he sits on her back with his knees as she's screaming for her mother.
I ask that all persons be patient and respect the investigative process.
Groups are protesting tonight, saying that this all started after kids who were visiting here heard racial slurs at this pool. But both black and white families tell us that police were justified because the kids were out of control. David?
Steve Osensami tonight.
There are many different reasons why police officers abuse their power, but one of the most common reasons is because of their race. Most of the times, officers abuse their power because of the color of their victim's skin. As you can see in the chart that will be shown next, the number of non-white people have been killed by police is about 100 more than white people.
Hi, I'm here to discuss a matter that happened in Montreal. 2 officers arrested a black man because he parked in a restricted area. One of the officers went to arrest Andre and collared him to where he spat out blood. When Andre asked for an ambulance, the officers mocked him when later he needed surgery. They gave him an illegal parking, obstructing the work of a peace officer, and spitting. Luckily, the parking ticket was the only charge that was kept by the board. This is proof that officers do abuse their power, and they take advantage and they get away with it.
Do you think police officers abuse their power?
Yes, some do and some don't.
How do you think they abuse their power?
By treating people unfair or overreacting in a situation.
How might witnesses feel when they see this taking place?
Not safe or intimidated.
Why do you think they abuse their power?
Because they think they're above the law and their actions won't have consequences.
How do you think their actions affect others?
It makes people not want to call them when they have an issue.
Which human rights do you think they abuse while holding their power?
The right against illegal search and seizures.
Do you think we as humans take advantage of our human rights and hold it against police officers?
Yes.
Do you think the officers receive any punishment if they get caught abusing their powers?
Yes, but some get away with it.
Do you think people lose respect for the officers that actually follow the law and don't take advantage of their power?
Yes.
How can all of this be prevented?
I think the dash cams and the body cameras are a good way to start.
The most recent incident occurred in October at Spring Valley High School in South Carolina. Police officer Senior Deputy Ben Fields yanked a 16-year-old girl from her desk and dragged her across the classroom after she resisted arrest. Although she resisted arrest and was also disrespectful towards the officer, no child should be treated this way.
We have concluded that officers do abuse their power, and in a lot of cases, they get away with it. Police officers look out for one another, and if there is someone abusing the law, even if it's one of the officers, it's their job to put a stop to it. You can't control everything, and some officers do happen to take advantage, but everyone is doing the best they can to make America a safe place.
I need that question repeated. Keep it rolling.
Do you think the officers receive any punishment if they get caught abusing their powers?
They do, but sometimes I think they get away with like certain actions. Redo it, ask it again.
And so start from Anne. Rachel, shut up.
But it wasn't that. Okay.
I'm gonna lose my hair. Sydney, shut up! I'm gonna send you upstairs.
Okay, go. Cut it.
Oh goodness.
Okay.